Hello, 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 hello. Wherever you are located on this sensational planet, I truly hope you are having a delightful day, evening, night, wherever you are located. Welcome to my 3D channel. In this case, I'm using a renowned and beloved Blender. But if you're curious and you're from some other package, I welcome you to stay, because I'm sure all of the other 3D packages have nodes. Yes, I know that. They have nodes. So what I'm doing in this for Blender, probably carry over right into the other sister programs. I'm going to be into my topic is making tiles procedurally. Basically, I've shown us how to already make a tile. So if you just want to make a clean cut tile, I basically have done that. But I'm going to keep taking it further. Like I'm going to make the tile look like it's weather worn. Tiles with chips in there. You know how tiles look in an abandoned house. Chips be coming off of them. Broken pieces. That's where I'm going to take this tile episode to. But realistically, in a typical household, on a floor, on a wall, the tiles are not broken up. So basically, this series is done for the standard household tile. So let's jump right in to the shader. What I wanted to see, you see them little lines right there? They represent those lines in between the tiles. It's procedural. I can easily get some tiles off of any website. A photo of tiles, but it's not dynamic. I'm giving an example. This is procedural. You see the lower black lines, the lower black gaps? I can adjust how thick they are. I've taken it to 510 or 500ths. And you see that right there? So it's completely procedural. I just gave a little brief example. I could do more if I wanted to. But wait a minute. There's something I didn't like here. See? I always got to fix something. Let me go ahead to the edit mode and see if my idea worked from my last episode. And let's subdivide. I'm going to add some smoothness to it. I think that fixed it last time. Let's go back. Yes, the smoothness is fixing it slightly. So it makes them little creases there. So you have to go to edit. But I don't have to do it if I don't want to. Let me highlight it again. Subdivide. And then you have to keep subdividing. But I ain't going to subdivide it no more. I just want to add some smoothness to it. See if that do it. I took it to 1. So if it works, it works. If it don't. Okay, it worked. Yeah. So the smoothness. Nobody ever told me that. I learned that. So the smoothness and the edit mode will give you those crevices. So no one told me that. I learned that myself from trial and error. So now our tiles look realistic. Alright, the thing that I didn't do in my other episode, you see, in between the tile grooves, in between these little grooves, they were still red. Like my tile color. In real life, most of the grooves like a grayish color. I can make it gray, but I have it black here. So I was figuring out, how can I keep that groove, the dark groove there, and still keep the reddish color? I figured it out. My skill, like I said, this is my second year working with these shader nodes. My skills are growing. It's growing. I figured out how to do it by using either the mixed node or math nodes. The reason I said the mixed node, I'm gonna give an example of my next. Let me put up a mixed node. Converter, mix. 3. But I wanted something with at least 2 inputs. Like the mix got that scale factor. But the math node got them 2 value nodes. That's what I wanted to. For the mixes, the values are A and B. I just wanted at least 2 values, and that's what the math node gave to me. Now when I first did it, it comes on add by default. So that would turn someone off. They would say nothing happened because I added the colors. Nothing happened. And it's like my original one. The grooves are red. But it is. since I got more so now I use that smooth. See, like each of these individual tiles are separate, so it is a little group, a little darkness in between them because I have each of them separated, thanks to what I did in that edit mode. So, but I just want to make it black for me. So, like I said, it's an add by default. So I said, let me just choose subtract and zap. And the other ones, like, if I divide, multiply, and divide, so it's only two of them that give me that effect. And I'm going to tell you what, and I use the texture for that. And I use the Voronoi texture. There it is right there. And this how I figured it out. Like I said, I use that add or mix node, and that's what helped me. Like I said, so in these 2 years I've been playing with it, my skills are growing. Cause I figured out first use mix. That was okay, but you know how mix is. It makes the color sort of faded. It worked. Mix worked, but it made the color sort of faded. And I ain't like that by mix. When you use the math nodes, it keeps that color intensity there. Like if I use multiply gonna make it even look darker. Well, it does change the pattern, but that's alright. Alright, so that's what I basically want to cover. How I was able to get that pattern on there, the Voronoi pattern. But you can use any pattern. But Voronoi, that's one of our favorite ones, so I use that. And I used the Voronoi, and I still was able to keep my black lines in there. See, now it's truly black. In between here, it's truly black now. Truly black, and you can see it. And my other one that I was working on, I was not able to do that because I didn't use the like the mix or the add node. I was trying to just connect them node by node, and that didn't work. So now I'm gonna go over, before I end this, over here to my trusty value node. See my Voronoi node right there. I'm using a scale and randomness, and I had the value there. And as I said earlier in my first episode, people, when you know what they start doing, when you know what the nodes do, it's best to minimize them like I just now did. When you have it like that, it becomes unruly and ugly. So it's best when you know what's happening, when you know what it's doing. Hey, I know what you're doing, smooth, minimum, so I can minimize you. But anyway, let's go over here to my two values. I hook it up to my Voronoi node. I call one of them patterns, and I'll show you why it's called patterns. Let me make my adjustments to it. You see that? It's just changing the pattern. Or it's really, it's just changing the pattern. So that's why I call that pattern. It just change the pattern configuration. And that's it. Then my next one, I call it patterns. Let's see why. No, my next one is called random patterns. But this, I wanted to see if I can make this smaller. I'll make it so always get larger. As I do this, you can see it's getting smaller and smaller, and that make the flow look even more distinct. So this was the one that connected to the scale, I believe. See, it's getting smaller and smaller. You can make it see. It's a rich. So I can use this right now. You can use this right now in one of your scenes right now with the Voronoi pattern on the floor. And my next one, I use patterns. So I have my other one called random pattern. So let's see what happened now. See? And I do this one, you know how it is for Voronoi. When you go to 0, it becomes like little cubes. That looks distinct. So little cubes in there, cubes inside of your square. And each of them is random, so it's not no repeating pattern. You can see that. You look over here, right here. I got 3 little dark things. And I don't see that same little 3 dark things in here. I don't see it. So it's unique. Now, with this random, I only can go to a max value of 1. See, when I go over 1, you see it's not changing much anymore. So I can go from 0 to 1. Let me put 1 there and see what happens. Alright, let me let it go down. So you see it's randomizing it. Slowly though. Not a lot. There's not a lot of randomness to it, because I'm looking at this thing right here. Let me do this. That's like it's shifted over. I'm gonna take it to 1. Okay, so it did give it a little bit more randomness to it. But anyway, that's it, my good people. Nothing new, really new. I just want to say how I solved my little dilemma of adding blackness between my creases and using the void node too. Y'all said you can use any of your textures. I just have to use void node. Thank you for stopping by. Keep learning and keep striving and keep pushing. Until my next tile episode. Peace.